Today is the 4th of July, 2023. Our brother David has passed away yesterday morning at about 10 o'clock. And today Gary and I are getting some things handled. We're going to IKEA, and Gary's figuring out how to go using this fancy Toyota navigation system. And that's the hospital that David was in at the end.
So every morning I would be there listening to what they were saying, and you know, the challenges they were having with David. And you know, it's tough when you're in a hospital when you're just a normal person, but when you're somebody like David, you degrade quicker when you're mentally challenged and you're sitting in bed and you don't have a lot of muscle strength to begin with. So yeah, there were a lot of things, you know, going against him, but I think he just was fighting really strong for over a week, but then just things started to overtake him.
I thought it was impressive the way they were playing musical instruments for David and everything. They sort of really took to him.
Yeah, the lady Hannah comes around with the guitar playing. Yeah, that was nice. It was nice that they were playing like that for him. I think he really appreciated it.
Yeah. Okay, Gary and I are going upstairs at IKEA. This is, we're going to buy a TV stand for the new TV.
It's so big.
Yeah. They always have Swedish meatballs up here and stuff too in their restaurant. We're inside IKEA and we're looking for things. Gary has found several Flugbo lights, as well as a glass thing and some candles. And now we're looking for some plants. What do you think? I don't know what's involved with taking care of these things.
It says it says place in a light area. I just don't know if there's that much light in that corner. That's a kind of cool thing here.
Yeah, they have all kind of baskets here. We're cruising along and finding our way to the checkouts here at IKEA. It's very difficult because the checkouts are often hidden. And so we're gonna find them and get out of here. It says not actual size. That would be the world's biggest cinnamon bun. All right, we're finally at checkout, and it's self-checkout. It's a pretty fancy unit there.
Okay. Where's the Fuji?
Here's hit it twice.
Yeah.
And then your candles. And you got your...
3 of these.
Don't forget your family card. If you need bags, I have to pull up for a
Now we got to get this thing.
yellow carry-on. Any questions, please ask. The handheld works better.
That's perfect.
Handheld works great.
Yes.
And we're now leaving IKEA with our merchandise. Lots of candles, lots of things.
With our Flugos.
Yeah, those Flugos, they'll protect things too. Plus a Flugo, you know, is immune to power brownage. So those candles will work at any time. The world's hottest temperatures here. We're getting in the car here, and it's right now on my watch. It says, if you look carefully, I got the window down, 96 degrees. All right, now we're heading to a Mexican restaurant for a little bit of lunch. Also to celebrate the 4th of July because of the amount of Mexicans that are sneaking in the country. So we're now heading to Chevy's Fresh Mex. The wind is blowing, but it's still 95 degrees. Well, wouldn't you agree this was truly a boring Mexican thing? There was nothing spicy, nothing, and our pork tacos weren't even hot, so whatever. It looked like a place that would be really good, but it wasn't. All right, we're cruising along, heading back to Gary's house, and what was the temperature on your gauge there?
100 degrees outside.
100 degrees in Orlando at, just about 4 p.m., not quite 4. Wow, 4th of July afternoon, early evening here. It's right now a little bit 10 minutes after 5, and it is raining like a son of a gun here. And here's a look at Gary's pool. And once again, lightning, thundering, and tons of rain coming down. It's a typical afternoon in Central Florida. That was pretty close. That was pretty close. Well, Gary, here we are.
The constant V-log.
Yeah, we're in a first watch here in what city is this? Is this Orlando or
Winter Park?
Winter Park, Florida. And so we're starting our day number 2, which is Wednesday.
We're actually 1 mile, about a mile away from the home that that Rachel grew up in.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So, JJ, tell us some things about David that you remember.
Well, in the morning, when I was here on Saturdays, David, I'd say, do you want to watch the news, David? Oh, yes, I've got to watch the news. Would you please turn it on so I can listen? So we'd watch the news, and then he'd say, are we going to eat here pretty soon?
He loved his eating.
Oh, I love food.
He loved food,
I
yeah.
used to get the biggest kick out of it.
Yeah.
He says, at 4 o'clock he'd start, because we always ate it like at 6:30, and
Yeah.
David would say, is it about dinner time? You want me to get to the table?
Yeah.
But I used to, he was the character. I just,
He also did that thing with the time with his watch.
oh yes, he'd always say, what time do you have? And I'd say, well, David, I've got 20 after 3. He said, he'd look, he said, that's what I've got too. I've got the exact same time.
Oh, that's great. Well, we appreciate you guys taking care of him so well.
I
You
wish
did.
he was still here.
Yeah.
Honest to God, do, because he was a great person. He had the driest humor sometimes. He'd say some of the funniest things.
Yeah.
And then he'd dance. That's what I used to do.
Did he ever play the piano?
Oh yeah, about every Saturday night I'd say, do you want to play? And he'd say, oh yes, let's do it. So he'd go over there and play for an hour. Just, you keep telling him what song you want to hear, and then David would play that song for you. But
Well,
I just,
thanks for taking care of
you
him all
bet.
this time.
You
All right.
bet. I appreciate
All right.
it. It was nice to take care of. I wished I had a whole house full of them just like him.
Yeah. This is David's room from where he used to live here. And this was his bed. Monica, thank you so much for working with David when he lived here. So, we appreciate it, and it's a shame he's gone now, but you guys did a wonderful job with him. So, thanks. So we're here in Publix, and we're setting up for a catering situation for Saturday's get-together for Dave.
433-542.
We're at the Wawa, and Gary has to buy gas. Even though this car is very efficient, it still needs gas.
Oh my God, it's going up to 314.
That's a whole lot less than Pittsburgh. Today is the 6th of July, 2023, and today Gary and I are going to head to Florida Memorial Gardens, where we have to make arrangements for Dave's internment. But beforehand, we're having some coffee and sitting outside, killing some time because we don't have to leave till about 8 o'clock. This is Gary's beautiful back patio and pool area. So right now we're driving on the 520. So Gary, this is a really nice car you have. And what did you say you were getting gas mileage? 40?
We're getting 46.3
46 miles per gallon on the car. Good gosh.
for the last, so we've been driving 46 minutes.
With my car, it'd be a big deal if you got over 20. You could go twice as far on this car. Well, we're going to head over and see what the old neighborhood looked like where Gary and I grew up. All right, we're coming up on Woodlawn Road. Now, Woodlawn Road was where Gary and I grew up. Go really slow, Gary. Okay. And it just shows you what's happened here. this is where Gary and I grew up. This was 1112 Woodlawn Road, and this house was flamingo colored when we had it.
I could cross it.
Yeah, they got it there. Yep. And right next door was the Lucetti's.
It's gonna go through. Now it was called the Ark. And
So David went to school here every day, right?
yeah. And then I was looking forward to staying there for a while, but then they kicked him out of there.
Here we are on Pelican Lane, where Mom and Dad's last house was. Well, they have a lot of,
They didn't cut that back.
no, that's Mom and Dad's old house at, 935 Pelican?
Yeah, 35. And this is where the crazy guy used to.
Yeah. The one that always had that evil look to him.
There's a notice on the house.
Once again, this was their last home. 935 Pelican Lane. We don't know who owns it now. It's got a lot of plants and stuff in the front.
Or running like crazy.
We appreciate you, Bob, taking us on this trip out here to confirm the interment site, right?
You're welcome.
And I haven't been out here since Mom was interned.
Well, then it's
Yeah.
a good thing you are going to look.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been out here like 3 or 4 times.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a hard spot to find.
It is if you don't know where to look.
Yeah. That's for sure. You got so many graves out
The
here.
cemetery now is a mile long.
Yep. We're out here at Mom and Dad's gravesite. There's Mom, and there's Dad, and David will be right in this area.
9 o'clock it should be.
Yeah.
Well, you're exactly right where you were. You knew right where it was.
Oh yeah.
It's a little
Well, so far I'm impressed with the efficiency of this place.
Well, we tried.
Yeah, I mean, really. I don't think you'd find this in Pittsburgh, that's for sure. That's where I'm from.
Yeah. All from Boston, so.
Oh, are you? Oh,
I guess that.
Yeah. Although I've lived in Florida 20 years.
You're
Yeah.
still there.
Well, you go back, even if it's for a 3-day weekend, it comes back.
uh-huh.
See this guy on your left right here?
Yeah.
Full-time job, replacing flowers.
Wow.
Hey. Good.
We have lots and lots of people who are from out of the area.
Yeah.
So they want to keep flowers on their family's grave.
Really?
So we have a program called Flower Placement.
Oh,
Every quarter, they change the flowers. Miami, it's not with our company.
yeah.
They are posing the deceased in different poses. I saw a picture of a gentleman on a motorcycle.
Posing them.
Motorcycle.
I never heard of something like that.
Well, what they were enjoyed on Love to Do, he was on a motorcycle.
Wow, that's a little too much, I think. That's a little too much.
And then, like, you can imagine, like, a parachutist guy just kind of hanging there.
Why not?
Oh, that's strange. Okay, now we're going to have lunch in downtown Cocoa at a place that was recommended by the guy who ran the funeral home. It looks pretty nice. It's called Murdoch's. So anyway, it looks like the funeral place sort of came through for us in a way, I would think. They seem to be on the ball, and they seem to know what they were doing anyway.
Yeah, I don't know if we were on the ball, but they were on the ball.
Yeah, we forgot Dave's pants, so we had to go out and buy some pants and a belt. So, and this is our lunch. Looks great looking hamburger here. And,
Never had bacon.
yeah, it's got everything in it. So hopefully Gary and I are going to enjoy this before we head on back to Castleberry. Well, that was a pretty good lunch. What do you think?
Yeah.
We had our hamburgers at Murdoch's right here in downtown, the old section of Cocoa from the early days. David will be interned at Florida Memorial Gardens. They were able to work us in. Rachel and John and Gary and myself will be there. And then we rush back here. David's old friends and different people that have helped him at the school and things are going to come over for a little remembrance, so that should be interesting. We're driving along, and thanks to John, John's driving this gorgeous truck here, and we have plenty of room inside.
You're in an all-American truck.
And Rachel's in the back, alongside of Gary. And this is kind of a solemn drive because we're thinking about David, who will soon be interned at Florida Memorial, and that's where we're heading.
Little Davy boy.
Yeah.
Let's see if all these flags are.
Right, going in here?
No,
No, we're going to the actual
Yeah.
place that's further down.
Maybe every other flag.
Look for a forklift or whatever.
Okay, we're entering Florida Memorial Gardens, and we're going on the other side
Oh,
of.
that guy.
We're beyond here, yeah.
Yeah, way down.
You think they set that tent up for us?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a heavy piece of equipment there.
That's where we're going, I think. There's the backhoe.
How much was
We're like
David's
Murphy.
pin?
You can
I
park
think, yeah.
alongside of here.
I think you could park probably right over on the past these trees. Wow, this camp. Is this?
There's the casket coming.
It's funny. They didn't. They asked us if we wanted a tent and stuff, and we said no, they won't be necessary. There's only gonna be 4, but looks like they did that anyway for us.
That was nice.
Yeah,
Oh, what a pretty casket.
yeah. And here's David's final home, huh?
As you can see, the going away.
Yeah.
Production was not ready.
We're heading out to the grave site. It's a beautiful morning out here. It looks like it's about 80 degrees.
David had a hard life. It's hard to imagine that like 3 or 4 minutes could define your life. But as a being born without that oxygen, and but it did define his life, but in some ways restricted him. But one of the things about David that I really loved is he had the worst circumstances pretty much that a person could endure, and yet he always had a positive outlook. He never complained. Even in the hospital, in the middle, they're saying, "Is it okay? We're going to do this." He said, "Okay," and then they give him a needle, and they draw some blood, they do something else, and then he's moved. And it's like, I think most people would just, be upset, angry, or could get depressed in their life. But David never thought of himself as being handicapped. I think he just thought he was a normal person, and that helped him a lot. And the second thing was he was always positive and friendly toward people, and he would always say to women, "My name's David." what's your name? You know, and he immediately started a rapport, and I think a lot of that had to do with from our father, you know, the way he was with David. And looking at that remembrance with the photos and the videos is going to be, I think, really important for people to see that they can see the history there. And also, I love the two photos that really make the difference for me was the one of Dad holding David at a young age, and Dad's got some goofy outfit on, but David's there and he's smiling and he knows that he's loved and he was happy. And then the other picture was in the hospital with him playing the piano. And because the two extremes, like he had that love early on in life that I think carried him throughout everything, because he knew he was loved and he had that basis, and then everybody did love him, you know, that experienced him. And then even in the hospital, that was the dual nature, is that even in the worst of times, here he is playing the piano. And so it was hard for me the last few weeks when he was in the hospital, because I put that piano there and I'd see his fingers just do a few notes and he wasn't capable of doing a whole song. And that was very tough. That was very tough, because I sort of sensed somewhere along the line he's never going to get back to where he was. And so in some manner, I think it's better that, you know, he died at that point versus living, you know, it further restricted in a life. So, but you know, I loved him, and he was a great guy. So, and
You did more than any brother would ever be asked to do.
thanks.
So Dave, as we know, was loved by everyone that met him, my college friends, my family on the other side, even strangers in a store. And only recently did I fully understand the charisma and Dave's effect on people. And it was in this last 2 weeks when the head charge nurse was walking us over to Dave's new hospice room. And she told me, unpopular opinion, I think people like Dave were put here because we need them. And they are the most purest of heart. And I think that was what was special about Dave. And I think Dave reminds people when they see him struggling and doing the best he can with what he was given, to reflect back at what they have and what they have been given, and it kind of readjusts everyone's outlook. And I think that was the Dave effect. And you know, I think that's why there was such an outpouring of calls and concerns about Dave in the hospital. I know even my college friends, I had a group text that's probably, you know, 15 pages long of them asking, how's Dave? Is he in recovery? Oh, is he playing? And, you know, these are people that have only met him a handful of times. But I think Dave served as a reminder to be very grateful for what you have, and to be thankful for every day, and do it with a smile, and do it with happiness in your heart. And I've always loved Dave. Even though he's my uncle, I've always looked at him more like a brother, because it was like as an only child, I had a friend to play music with, and, you know, all sorts of just nonsense kid growing up stuff. So I really cherish my memories with Dave, and I love him, and I feel fortunate that I'm in a family full of videographers and photographers, so I can look back at lots of imagery when I want to be reminded of the Dave effect. You know? Okay, that's all. We love you, Dave.
David's, you know, final thing that he used to always say is, whenever he got out of a chair or something, he says, I made it. Look, I made it.
Yeah, that's celebrating the small victories
So now
sometimes.
he
That's all
made
you
it.
need.
He made it at the end of his life, but he made it.
I feel like we should sing "Walk This Way" for him.
That was the walk this way was the way I would get him going sometimes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I had that Aerosmith song and
Oh.
he'd start singing it.
Yeah,
Oh, that'd be Dave.
you'll never know how much.
Yeah.
those ICU nurses that only knew him for 2 weeks, they were all tearing up, saying their goodbyes to Dave. Because they were in there singing with him, listening to music with him. And even though he had more of a diminished capacity at that point, he's still connected.
Thank you.
Well, Gary, you did a wonderful little talk, that's for sure.
Thank you.
And so did Rachel.
I
Rachel?
like the thought. Rachel's
thank
was
you.
very good
Yeah.
because I was thinking of that nurse too. That nurse really,
Yeah.
I think she just showed that, that compassion she had.
Well, it's like, other people have had issues going on in the family, and it's like, but Dave's sick. Everyone wants to know what's going on, and the first response is, "Dave, I love Dave." That's what everyone's text is, back. So
Well,
he definitely had an effect on him.
And that thing where he used to say, "You look good for your age." He quit
Yeah.
saying that.
oh, he did.
Yeah, he never said that anymore.
That's been adopted by my business partner, too. He will say that to people. Wow, you look good for your age.
Dave was great at backhanded compliments.
Yeah. All right, let's see what happens. Oh,
Let's try it.
Well, you needed more ice.
oh.
You didn't put enough ice. Put more ice in.
This is right on with David here. Lots of food.
Yeah, we're prepping here for all the people coming over. And what will someone see if they open that?
This is the adult cooler.
Oh, okay,
Should
good.
we put sodas on this one, maybe?
I love me too.
Do you remember David?
Hanging around.
Oh, okay.
Pretty bird.
My name is Carmen.
Uh-huh.
I used to be David's teacher. I teach him for about 2.5 years.
Oh, wow.
And he was the sweetest, kindest gentleman that I have ever met in my life.
Oh, really?
I've never seen David upset, never seen him angry, never seen him or heard him say a harsh word.
Oh,
David had a name for me, and I had a name for him.
and what did you call him?
He would fall asleep in class sometime, and I would walk in the room and say, "Mr. Przyborski, you're sleeping in class." And he would say, no, Miss Borsky, I'm not sleeping. Look. And he would raise his eyebrows. The eyes would barely open. But he'd say, "I'm not sleeping. Look, I'm awake now." And he would just smile. And so when he do that, I just have to leave him alone. I say, "Okay, come on, you have work to do." He said, "Okay, Miss Borsky." And so he was the best.
Oh, and we'll all miss him so much.
We will
Oh.
miss him so much.
Yeah, my grandmother said to,
Pedro used to call David Daddy.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
Oh,
He called David Daddy.
that's because he was older. Yeah,
That's David's brother.
yeah, David's brother.
My name is Glennie. I substitute at the center. I
Okay.
have worked with David many times. He's very funny.
Yeah.
He's very sweet. He's very kind. And even in the midst of a storm, he always have a good word to say.
Oh, that's
He
great.
always know how to bring other people that are angry back into happiness.
Oh, that's
He
great.
was just a big ball of joy. And he's going to be very missed. Okay?
Right.
We gonna make it. We gonna make it.
Kenny.
Yes.
Cindy.
Yeah, what did we say about Marcus? He's up there with Marcus?
Oh, hi there.
He's up there with Marcus?
That's a bird that David loved.
And it's wearing one of David's hats.
It is. It's from David's Panama Jack. When he was small, there was a picture, I couldn't find it, but David's sitting at the beach, and I mean, he's real small, and he's holding a transistor radio to him.
Oh. I mean, every bus driver loved David.
David was quite a character. He would come up with anything. I would say something about a hat, and he would sing about a hat. Yes, sing me a song about a hat, and I say, Dave, sing me a song. He always had a song, and it was like, I don't know where he came up with the song, but it was just tuned in, and it was just a loving song, and he kept the center happy with all the clients. They smiled and laughed. I will truly miss him forever in my heart. He meant so much to me.
That's right. Yeah. And David started playing the piano, and he got off the breathing machine in like one day.
Wow.
And they told me he was going to go to hospice.
Wow.
And once he started playing stuff, and
music.
one of the slides in this
David.
picture, you see him playing next to an elevator. That was when he was sick at Palm Bay Hospital, and that was Christmas. He's playing out in the corridor after he got better.
That's amazing.
So, yeah.
I met David because of my sister Odette
Yeah,
and Gary. I get to meet him,
of
and
course.
the little time I know him, we had such a good time because when he used to be at the home working along, my sister working along with him. I used to like call, and my sister would let me get to see him, and I would wave to him and things like that, and I would call him my love. Whenever I said my love, he said, "Oh, my love." So we get to have that bond because of the love that we shared.
Oh, that's
He's
great.
a sweetie pie. I love him. I miss him. Even
That's
when in
great.
the hospital,
Well,
he
no-
recognized my voice when I said my love. He responded to me and he said my love. I said, you know who I am, but he couldn't remember.
well,
But, you know, I was so happy I get to be. He has a good spirit.
Oh, what's up? Did you see that?
He said,
David was fun to be around. He was a bond of joy. The memories of him will always linger in our hearts. We will always miss him deeply. My condolences to the families. May you all be comforted at this time of sorrow. May your sweet, innocence, loving soul rest in peace, David. Much love.
Oh, thank you, and thank you for being part of his life, you know?
Yes, yes. Because there are times David would like, I love you. I said, David, why do you love me? Because you can cook, you take good care of me, and all of those stuff.
And
So it
that's
was
what
fun.
and that's what he said. He was great. He was fun.
It was a great time.
All right. Thanks.
I love you.
I really thought David was a beautiful soul, you know, he had a wonderful spirit, and that endeared him to me, you know. I really enjoyed watching David eat. David loved to eat. He was so enthusiastic
Eating
about
and playing the piano was his two things.
playing the piano.
It's just two things that he loved most.
Yeah.
It actually impressed me that he knew to play so many songs from memory.
Yeah, he could just hear a song and sort of play it.
Yeah, it was just wonderful seeing him. It
Oh,
was really sad.
yeah, it was real sad that
I know,
it.
and I didn't expect
But
this.
you know, eventually things happen.
They do.
The way
they
life
do.
works.
It's just,
He gets better with that.
I just adored him.
Anyway.
I'd ask him, what time was it? And he'd look at his watch way up here.
Yeah.
20 after 2. Every day it was 20 after 2.
Yeah, it was the same time. It's ready for dinner.
Exactly. Yeah, he was a sweetheart. I adored him.
That's great.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Thank
And I
you.
appreciate you coming by here.
Oh, thank you. It was a joy. It was a joy. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Dave on the right.
For the good
He's
times.
probably like 18. That's my
kids have got
dad's
some
brother when they were
My kids have got some.
Well, today is Sunday the 9th.
Yeah.
And Gary and I are going to take a trip over to Rachel and John's, and they said they're going to take us out on their boat, and that should be fun. Meanwhile, Gary is making what he calls his smoothies. And Gary, did you think of the recipe for the smoothie, or I should say the formula with all your stuff there?
Yeah, it's a collagen peptides, organic protein made from seeds.
And what does all this do?
Well, most of this is designed. This stuff here is just part of it is the collagen you need for your tissue, and this one here is more protein again, but it has all the amino acids. So this is the stuff you normally get from eating a lot of beef and stuff like that.
Uh-oh, Gary puts his headsets on. Okay. Well, Gary has made his smoothie and is now drinking it with all of its so-called health ingredients. I have a great little Dunkin' Donuts coffee here.
Dave had a life of challenge, but he wrote it well. I mean, his life, he handled it well. He was never complaining.
Well, literally, from what would you say, 2002 or 3, you took care of everything he did. I mean,
yeah.
When even before Mom passed away.
Yeah, that's true. It's probably been about 20 years. Yeah.
Yeah. It's quite a bit of your life tied up with that, and you know.
Yeah, but luckily a lot of it wasn't, him in the hospital. A lot of it was, just day-to-day stuff. But the biggest thing that really hurt him in this whole thing was that, the heart attack and 28 minutes of compression before they could get his heart restarted. And
yeah.
And I said, why the hell? I mean, I didn't say hell, but I said, why did you go 28 minutes? It seemed like a long time. They said, because we saw his heart restart a few times and then stop. So we kept at it.
Well, at least that hospital staff did the most they could.
I think so. They did a great job considering, but it was bacteria that basically did him in.
So they said it was sepsis, right?
Yeah, like a form of sepsis there that affected his heart, caused him the heart attack, and then I think that was causing problems with his healing. I think that 28 minutes definitely damaged his brain pretty severely because he wasn't ever able to play the piano again, and that was a part that was the hardest for me. It wasn't the part, because I knew he was suffering already in there, but the fact that I could just see his hands and just hit 3 or 4 notes, and that was it. He couldn't do the whole song. But I think his brain was just not working right at that point. I think there was damage done.
This is John and Rachel's house. It's absolutely beautiful in here.
Is that a different table?
Yeah.
This is their kitchen area, and it leads to a really nice area out here. And this is Rachel and John's backyard, and they have a beautiful pool in this area. David spent a lot of time in this pool, which we saw the videos too.
I was looking forward to putting David in this raft. This is a new invention called Big Joe. Our
So he could have been in here in the water.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, David would have loved it.
David had a lot of fun in here. Let's go inside.
Okay.
Oh, this Chrissy is showing you. She's presenting herself.
And there's their dog. And her name Her name's
designed this.
her name's Sissy.
Oh, she does. She
Doesn't-
doesn't like pools.
She probably
She's
doesn't
scared
like.
of objects.
Oh, okay. Object.
Now get up there on your sofa up here. Now get up there, you old girl. You're just nothing but an old Swiss. You're just a dog. You ain't nothing but an old Swiss. You get up there. You get up there, you old Swiss. Oh, that's her bark collar. She gets a beep. Now you know you're just an old Swiss.
Oh.
See, you gotta talk to her like a country dog. She
Oh.
came from South Carolina,
Oh.
so that's what she understands.
You had OCD?
Then she has a little anxiety.
Now, have you ever been on the boat?
She went one time.
Oh, so John goes in here and does his computer stuff for the bank?
Yeah, he does he does his bank stuff from here. Okay, this is a furniture style vanity that I designed. You see, this is like a 1/8" reading, apron front, and then what you do is you do like a U around the plumbing.
Yeah.
So this got set in my local millwork shop. Made that. That's the RISD guy. He's like a furniture designer.
Well, you made the most out of this space.
And then this called Zalige. This is a Moroccan tile that's handmade in Morocco, and you're supposed to kind of just appreciate its wabi-sabi.
Oh, because it's everyone's different?
Yeah, it's kind of irregular, but like this is very common in like Morocco.
Oh, okay. I've never been there.
And then neither have I. And then this is a new thing that I'm selling people called Cadillac.
What is it?
It's a plaster that's totally waterproof, and it's a process where it's marble, like fine grit, and you mix it with another chemical, and it hardens, and that's what they would use to make cisterns to like bring water, back to the village.
So they're perfect for a bathroom.
Yeah, people
the
love it
moisture.
because there's like no grout.
Let's head in the car, and we're heading out to a place to launch this boat and have some fun.
Now this is some real hippie St. Pete stuff. Take a plant, leave a plant.
That's funny. All right, we're on our way.
Here we go. Yes.
Here we go.
We're going 5 miles per hour, but we are about to really let loose here.
All right, but I'll be holding on at that time.
Yeah, you probably want to sit down.
Yeah,
All right.
you may want to sit.
All right. All right. And there's Gary, and there's me.
You know what's funny is these guys with these boats, they're always out by themselves.
Yeah.
There's no one else on the boat.
The wives and the kids. I think maybe it's their
Anyone want a
escape.
beer or anything?
We could once we get going here. If you
Okay.
now, do this heads out into what, Tampa Bay?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
So this is where you see this little sandbar here.
Yeah.
Like if we're gonna like wakeboard, park it there, and see they're doing tubies. You see those?
Yeah.
This is like a nice place to just, because it's kind of safe, and people can chill at the sandbar while they're waiting their turn.
Now, is there any sharks in this water?
Just like nurse sharks.
Oh. Have you ever seen a shark out here?
I actually found one
really?
at the sandbar.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
I would have
that
thought
was a dead
the answer would have been no in this inlet.
Yeah.
Here.
This is where we had to hide out one time when we got in a really bad spot with the storm.
With a thunderstorm.
Oh yeah, there was about 4 of us hiding out, just holding on for dear life to these pilings.
We had lines around those homes.
Oh,
The
wow.
water was just rushing through here.
Oh,
so
geez.
quick. It was like rapids. It was
pretty
wild.
insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is where like the divorcee bachelors live here, where you can tell like their houses, there's no upkeep, but they'll have 4 or 5 boats outside.
Oh, jeez. Now, what is?
70s quintessential.
Yeah, look at that thing. You're right.
If
That's
you want one of those, they're $1 million.
$1 million.
For this 70s.
For a shitty condo.
Oh, here. Oh, this is great. You gotta get this.
Oh, wow. Look at this. What kind of thing is this? Okay. Is that totally silent?
Yep, it's electric.
Silver Serpent.
Yeah, I mean, I've never seen
Isn't that wild?
I've never seen anything like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let me get the throttle going down. That's a great shot of these two together. Put your arm around your husband. That'll make a good still. I'll grab it out. Hey, folks.
That's the Florida way.
That's the Florida way. Friendly voters.
Yeah.
Talking in friendly terms.
That's got a 300 horse on that.
That
It's
looks
only
like a pilgrim here.
6.1 feet deep right here.
I think that 300 horse is sucking, what, three times the fuel of this
Yeah,
one.
so the bottles of beer, we got Yingling, the Sam Adams that you guys got.
Glenn?
Yes. Is that where the beer cooler is, way down here?
Yeah, we have a Blue Moon.
Oh, I'll have a Blue Moon. That's good.
Okay, I'm gonna have the Yingling. Dad wants a Sam Adams.
Sam Adams is a good beer.
Oh, you want the Blue Moon?
Yeah.
So where those boats are it's how deep would you say that is? 3 feet?
Well, look, they're all standing out there, so it's like knee deep, maybe a foot and a half, 2 feet.
Oh, wow. So now, have you ever run into another boat like this?
No.
Would it be inappropriate to ask those girls to show us their tits? I guess that's not something.
That's a different sandbar. We gotta go.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's it. Oh, okay.
It does exist, though.
It does exist, and you don't see more than tits. Unfortunately.
Now here's the. Is this based on GPS?
Yeah, it's a Garmin GPS.
Oh, okay. It's
on
on
the depth.
This is
speed, your heading. These are past tracks that we've taken, so we go down here quite often.
Oh.
This is set to a waypoint that we had at some point in time. I just need to go on and race it.
Right. Well,
Pretty cool.
yeah, it is great. Now here's Gary drinking his Modelo. And,
The #1 beer in the USA.
number one beer. It totally replaced Bud Light in their category.
Who could have predicted that?
Yeah, well.
So we go wakeboarding back here all the time.
Oh, really?
It's surfing.
This isn't our restaurant right over here. Oh, jeez. Yeah, it looks like some kind of crazy. So we're heading toward, what's the name of the restaurant?
Big Catch.
Big Catch.
That's a catamaran, right?
Oh, this is beautiful. Look at that one.
I wouldn't mind.
Yeah, I'd probably stick with Mako.
You like it?
Yeah, Mako's more
Yeah.
side down.
Now here's where we're going for lunch today. Now what's this place called, Rachel?
It's called Big Catch.
Big Catch. And we're right, what, just a little bit outside of St. Pete, right?
We're still within St. Pete, but now we're on the south side.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
This is really cool. So what do you think you're going to get, John?
I'm gonna get some wings, and I'm trying to see if they got onion rings.
Oh, that'd be cool. I love onion rings.
Yeah.
And it was a fun one, you know. Yeah.
It was a few years ago. It was like probably 5 years ago or so.
That was the one where they went to snow or whatever.
Yeah.
Now, what did you get there, Rachel?
These are mahi tacos with a mango chutney.
Oh, that looks good.
Yeah,
and Gary, what did you get?
Got the salmon, blackened salmon.
Blackened salmon. And these are natural wings, right?
Jamaican rum wings.
Yeah. Oh, that looks good. And I got a pulled pork thing with Cuban sandwich, which looks really, really good. And John and Gary are moving the boat because the other boat is pulling out. Are we ready to head on out?
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Johnny, you want more of my beer?
I mean, I hadn't planned on it, but it shouldn't go to waste, right?
No, it's against the law in a lot of countries.
Much easier getting out of there.
I know, what a breeze. Look at you just set it up for these guys coming in. They don't know how blessed they are.
You know how lucky they are with that. Well, that was a great launch there. It was a good call.
It was really good.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go out on the old Timmy Honey. You guys decided just not even to leave.
Hey, yeah, they're like, that's far enough.
They could have a computerized system to do that. Of course, it might rip the whole building.
Right, and it's probably made by design and stuff.
It was blocked, looked at it. I said, is that a bad word? He says, ass. I see. He said, yeah. I said, so you want me to change it? He said, no, I like it.
Dave had a whole other secret life that none of us.
Yeah, Dave was a rapper.
Rapper by day, Elvis by night.
Yeah.
One of the girls told me that he asked her out a couple times, like from the school or whatever.
How did he do
Like, oh,
that?
I would like to go out with you.
No. How do you learn that? They must have taught him that.
Yeah, he was trying to put a wake down for us.
I know. Great.
Wow, we couldn't have had a better looking day. Wow.
Pretty good.
Yeah, good job, man. That was a great time with the boat.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, you have a gorgeous boat, and it's a good God. This house is beautiful. So.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Appreciate us coming over. I know it's
Oh yeah, and it was great that you guys have spent so much time with David.
he was a good guy. I appreciated his company. To be honest with you.
He was good.
And every time he was around, it was something fun.
Oh.
So,
That's great.
Yeah, there was never a time with David that I felt stressed out.
Yeah,
or, you know,
Yeah.
there was none of that. It was put the music on, get him in the pool, cook some food.
Yeah.
Good times.
Yeah. Okay, well, it's time for us to leave, and we're heading out of Tampa and heading back to Gary's house. So thank you so much for having us over.
Absolutely.
All right.
All right, good.
It was fun.
Loved your boat, and see you soon.
Yeah, we'll have a bigger one next time you come over. We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
All right.
Yeah, we'll see you in Pittsburgh.
All right. Bye-bye. Well, Gary, we've decided to do something that you and I would normally never do, and that's to go to Denny's. But this Denny's is a kind of a tribute. It was one of, would you say it was David's favorite place?
Every place where you could eat was David's favorite.
Okay. But at least with Dad and when he would always take David to Denny's, and it was a great experience for them. What type of Grand Slam would be best?
It's the original. Put down the original.
That's all I have.
Okay. Let's see. What did you get? What did you have here, Dave?
I have Slam.
Is that a Grand Slam?
Yeah, it's one and done. Yeah.
Mom's got one. Dad's got one.
Yes, I
Dad
love
loves
the
Denny's.
Slim. Remember, that's what we got.
So Dave, okay.
All right, man.
Are you enjoying your breakfast?
Yes, I am. Are you?
Well, I want coffee, and no, it's fine. Just you have Splendas here, so that's good.
Iced tea unsweetened with a lemon.
Give you guys a couple minutes to order?
Yeah, I guess so.
Just by the time you get back. Thanks.
I'm looking.
What do you think you're gonna have?
I'm gonna have something. Try to eat something healthy.
Well, you're in the wrong place.
Yeah, exactly.
In all honesty, this could be the last time we go to Denny's.
Yeah, I think
We've done our tribute,
yeah.
and
Denny's.
now on our way.